Ah, what's good, everyone? So this is Artists of Truth coming with another vlog entry. Uh, from my one of my previous posts that I was talking about pedophiles and the pedophiles blending in with the alphabet gang and whatnot. So check this out, y'all. I actually got a thumbs down on my video, which I completely understand, and I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it. Shit, we agree and then we disagree. But I had a gentleman. I'll take that back. I had a male, a black male that that hides behind the name Sasha Shaw. All right, this individual left a comment, and it left me perplexed. It left me just totally and completely mind-boggling. Because what I was speaking about was how silent the alphabet gang is as it pertains to pedophilia. So, a hit dog will holler, like for real. You hit it hard enough, it's going to holler. So, I wasn't able to respond to his comment, but I was able to, still see it. So basically, what he stated, quote unquote, straight black men rape more kids than any other transgender women, and that's a fact, unquote. And I found that utterly appalling, because the individual that's saying this is a black male. So again, hit dog will holler. Even though I never ever said that transgender, whether male or female, I never said that they preyed on kids. Never said it at all. At all. Never said it. But I understand Mr. Shaw, and, regardless of what anyone else says, or better yet, what he says, you can't fool me, bro. And I'm like, the only person you are fooling are those who, one, don't know how to think for themselves, two, not willing to call out bullshit as they see it, and moreover, those who are just comfortable with that type of nonsense. Okay. To Mr. Shaw, let me explain something to you. If you don't understand what I'm saying, shut the fuck up. Don't jump on any of my, don't jump on any of my vlog posts talking out your ass because possibly you might have been touched or taken advantage of as a young male. you know I found that quite interesting, because I took it upon myself to go to his page, and he had like two videos up. So, the other one was about, Megan getting shot, irrelevance, just another form of distraction. So I didn't listen to that, but I listened to some of what he was saying, and I found that quite amusing. How is it that you're talking about negative energy and you just brought negative energy over my way? You a goddamn contradiction. Man, look here. This is what I mean. This is what I talk about. You know? And moreover, it's embarrassing, or should be embarrassing, to black women. I can't understand how in the hell y'all sit up there and just be totally and completely okay with a black male wanting to be like you, mimicking being like you, portraying himself as being like you. But yet and still, he doesn't understand the female body. He doesn't go through these changes and these types of struggles that a black woman goes through. He doesn't. So, to me, for any black female to be comfortable with a black male trying to mimic and be like her instead of being who he is, being himself, y'all comfortable with that? Your mental is not together. It's really not. You don't see anything wrong with that, but then you see every other thing that black males are doing or not doing. You always seem to find an issue with what they're doing. Now, as long as they're emasculating themselves and looking like some of you, it's cool. Y'all don't have a problem with that. Y'all don't have a problem with that. There's some sisters, y'all don't have nothing to say about it. I looked at some of the comments, and some of these so-called females, and that's what I call them, females. You're not women, because women are willing to call out the bullshit. It's this whole thing about, well, that's his life and this, that, and the fifth. Mind you, that type of mental disorder manifests itself because there's no rehabilitation whatsoever. And every time it's funny because every time we bring up that conversation about rehabilitation, what I notice is on both sides of the spectrum, black males and black females are totally and completely against it. When we talk about mental issues, totally and completely against it. People want to, they want to close up when it's a time to open up and get these demons out. Get these demons out. I just found that, I found what Mr. Shaw was saying very, very contradicting. So don't come over here talking about bringing negative energy anywhere. When your statement, straight black men, look here, straight black men, this is the problem. You can fuck around and get your ass beat messing around with us. Like real G shit. There's not a fucking law bill on the face of this planet that will keep us from breaking our foot off in your ass. Leave us the fuck alone. All right? If that's what you want to do, you stick around them daggone females that when some shit hits the fan and they talking about, oh, black females need to be protected. I need you, Mr. Shaw, to remember. Stand up. Since you over there, stand up. But I guarantee you, Mr. Shaw isn't going to stand up. He's not. He's going to be too busy over in the corner doing all this and probably walking around with, with a Caucasian dick in his mouth. It's like, cool, dude. You do you. But the next motherfucking time you come to my goddamn post, any of my videos, saying some bullshit, I'm going to expose you. You don't want that smoke with me. You don't want that smoke with me. You can bring your whole fucking clique over if you like. I'll line you and every one of the last females that has something to say, line them up, knock them down. Y'all can get the smoke too. But this straight black man rape more kids than any other transgender women And that's a fact. I'm like, Mr. Shaw, where's your facts, huh? Because basically what you're spitting is opinions. You have no numbers. You have no numbers at all. Better yet, a lot of y'all just really are protected. A lot of y'all's dirt is protected. A lot of shit gets swept under the rug. Come on now. Stop making a conversation that isn't even about you. I'm talking about kids here. And then you come bringing your doofy, stupid, shallow-minded, unstable mentally, daggone Mr. Potato Head face ass over here on my side of the tracks talking about black men. Bruh, you're not even in a goddamn position of talking about black men. You don't even categorize yourself as a black man. So you have no ground to even talk. You have no ground to even talk, man. Be silent. You in the presence of a God. Get your life together. Cause you ain't right. You really not right. And I understand some people may feel like, well, who are you to tell? I was like, that's the issue. That is the issue. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even want to come out and tell people that they're wrong. Y'all don't. We live in a society where we're being told, oh, you don't judge people. But shit, you go to court, you get judged. They tell you, you don't judge people. But you'll go to a fucking church and get judged. They tell you, oh, you're not supposed to judge people. Fuck that shit. A lot of motherfuckers really and truly need to be judged. They need to be judged. They need to be put into a position so they can reevaluate their life. Reevaluate what in the hell that they're doing. Because shit, let's be honest. When you're doing the right thing and you're keeping your nose clean and you're being the man that you're actually supposed to be, you don't have a lot of hearsay. You have a lot of people who are trying to follow into your footsteps. They're trying to mimic exactly what you're doing because what you're doing is strong. What you're doing is powerful and it's moving. You understand me? And me personally, I feel like, Mr. Shaw, I'm just like, hey, bro, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything great as far as I'm concerned. I'm just like, what are you feeding? What are you putting out to the masses that they can actually use in order to be better in their own lives? Not a goddamn thing. But again, coming over here making the assumption that straight black men rape more. I'm like, look, stop that shit. I will fire your daggone ass up. I will daggone knock your ass out that you would even realize that, goddamn, I am a man. It's like, come on now. And anybody else that decides they want to come to this page and get out of pocket, I'm gonna put you back in pocket quickly. I ain't wasting no time with y'all. Y'all want to pacify this bullshit. It's like, it's disgusting. I'm talking about pedophiles. I'm like, goddamn, Mr. Shaw, let me ask you this, Mr. Shaw, since you have so much to say, Mr. Shaw, how come your so-called alphabet gang, how come they're so quiet about pedophiles? Since you want to come over here and bring this energy, I'm going to put this shit on you. How come you're so fucking silent? Those who are part of that alphabet gang, how come y'all so quiet about pedophilia? Like, why? I'll never understand that shit. Why are you all so quiet? How come you're not putting up a video that you're actually addressing that issue? Like, why y'all so quiet when y'all got these pedophiles and then you bring your children around to something like that? You're exposing them. You're tarnishing and you're tainting the innocence of a child. Period. Now, whether or not you want to face that reality, that's on you. That's what you have to lay down and deal with. But goddamn it, don't none of y'all daggone motherfuckers come to any of my damn posts talking about straight black men. I was like, look, straight black men have been getting taken advantage of ever since some of our forefathers and mothers were brought to this land. The ones that were brought to this land, the ones that actually existed on this land. I was like, shit, they were taken advantage of. You know, a lot of practices and demonic behaviors and actions were learned behaviors. We didn't know anything about that shit. But now we have idiots like, we have imbeciles like Mr. Shaw that is, instead of answering the question, taking focus away from the children and putting it somewhere else, talking about, oh, well, straight black men rape more kids. We're not even talking about black men. We're talking about children. You're talking about straight black men. I'm just like, you want to accuse straight black men as if straight black men have done so fucking much wrong. Like, we've done so much fucking wrong. We've tarnished and ruined this country. We've enslaved ourselves. We've enslaved our own people. Now, I mean, my thing is, don't come to my page talking about that. Because if you can't address what the Caucasians have done to us, then you have no merit. You can't talk. You can't talk about straight black men. Really? Really? Wow. It just goes to show you who your enemies are. Because I was like, even some of the black males are not brothers. If a motherfucker got to dress himself up like Miss Potato Head, you don't want to, look, we don't even need to have you on our side of the track. Because we already know you're going to get weak, you're going to break, and you're going to fold under pressure. We're going to find you kissing their ass more than any goddamn thing else. And it's individuals like Mr. Shaw that, I must say, just, you see the finger. But again, the topic is about pedophilia. Pedophilia. So when I say pedophilia, that means males, females, whether you're black, whether you are Caucasian, whether you are Mexican, whether you are Asian, whether you are Indian, Latino, it doesn't matter. So again, think twice, Mr. Shaw, before you come to any of my doggone videos coming out your mouth wrong, dead ass wrong. Transgender women. This isn't about transgender women. This isn't about a man pretending to be a woman, wanting to be something that he could never ever fucking be. You're not part of that. You're not part of that stratosphere, homie. Only real women are out there. A real black woman is like Venus. My nigga, you Pluto. You might want to try and camouflage yourself as being a Venus, call yourself a Venus, but we all see what it is, and the eyes don't lie. The eyes don't lie, motherfucker. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself. Keep fooling yourself. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fool yourself, and you're going to fool yourself into some real deep shit that you won't be able to get yourself out of. You're not about that life, homie. Stop that shit. Because there's some motherfuckers out there that will put you in the fucking dirt and keep that shit pushing. Be like, who gonna do what? Stop that shit. This isn't about transgender women. This is about pedophiles and children. This is about pedophiles blending in with these pride events, and you got parents, guardians who are bringing their children out, exposing them to that, and setting them up to possibly getting snatched. And then when a child go missing, everybody crying. I'm just like, but you presented your child to a form of danger because you want to go out and have a good goddamn time. It's a time and a place for everything. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. You already know. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm as real as they possibly come. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not closed-minded. I'll listen to anyone. I'll listen to any and everybody, including a transgender. I don't know. I just got a glitch right there. I don't know. My energy is just like, no, nigga, don't you even sit up here and lie. Because you got to understand, you got some people that they refuse to acknowledge the mental illness that they're dealing with. Period. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I love you less. I don't. I mean, shit. I understand Mr. Shaw dealing with a mental issue. I wouldn't bring no harm to him. But I'm like, shit, if you get out of pocket, I'm going to put you right back in that pocket. Quick. This isn't about transgender women. This isn't about homosexuals or lesbians, trisexuals, whatever. They got so many daggone names for it. It's just ridiculous. I'm just like, look, we can agree to disagree. I still respect you. But to make that generalized statement, and I hate that shit. I don't know about you all, but I hate that shit. I really do. I really and truly do. I hate that shit. It's like, don't generalize us. And then you got a nigga that's a black man, supposedly a black man. And it's like, really? You make that statement just because you're not straight. You still a black man at the end of the goddamn day. So I'm like, I don't know who played with your booty hole or anything else, Mr. Shaw. But you have to get yourself together. You got to work on you. And it starts here and it starts here. That's all I got to say. Peace to the gods. Take this trash out.